hash it out, hash it out, hash it out, and we gon' hash it out. Hash it out, hash it out, hash it out, hash it out. Let's get your cups and sit back and let's talk and hash it out. Men lie, you women lie, but numbers don't. We can debate if you want, but I know you really won't. I'ma reach and guess my percentage on the desk. I'm sure like Holmes, detective skills, it be at the max. S Rider, his topics, he bringing me the best. Ziggy the Beast, he be streaming, that man is built for next. TikTok, she wear the dress, but don't try to press. I'm S dotted, I'm camping smacking, we at your neck. Hash it out, 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 and we gon' hash it out. Hash it out, hash it out, hash it out, hash it out. Let's get your cups and sit back and let's talk and hash it out. Get out your feelings and stop the killing and run your mouth. We talking east to the west, I'm not bringing back the south. Bases is loaded, 2 strikes and 1 more, I get you out. Let's talk about like adults and sit back and hash it out. Hash it out, hash it out, let's go hash it out. Hash it out, hash it out, we gon' hash it out. Hash it out, hash it out, let's go hash it out. Let's get your cups and sit back and let's talk and hash it out. We can't hash it out, baby. Talk, let's discuss. Hash it out, 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 and we gon' hash it out. Hash it out, hash it out, hash it out, hash it out. Let's get your cups and sit back and let's talk and hash it out. Get out your feelings and stop the killing and run your mouth. We talking east to the west, I'm not bringing back the south. Bases is loaded, 2 strikes and 1 more, I get you out. Let's talk about like adults and sit back and hash it out.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Finally, we are back with another episode of Let's Hash It Out podcast. I am S Ryder. Y'all know who that is, ZiggyTheBeast. What's going on, my brother? Talk to me. How you been?
What's going on, bro? How you doing? Everything going all right with y'all? How y'all doing? It's been a minute.
It's been a minute since I've been able to hash out some things with you, Ziggy, and the community. I know it's been a long time coming. I know people been frustrated. I know people been like, when are y'all coming back on? And now we here finally. Y'all gotta pardon us. We had a little technical issues. I know some of y'all seen me on Jono Barnes show before I came on this platform, but I had to show some love and support to my bro Jono before I had to come on for the season premiere of Hash It Out. But I'm good, brother. I'm excited to start hashing out some topics. I'm ready to start talking and discussing some things. So
that's good, man. I think too, one of the things that I really like about just content creating in general is just like the ebbs and flows of this thing. It's nothing's perfect, but sometimes you just gotta just hit the play button and then we'll just kind of build as we go. But definitely appreciate everybody that's been kind of hanging in there with us and kind of working with us as we kind of figure some things out and different things like that. But yeah, we're back now, and I can't wait to get some of these topics going and kind of getting the ball rolling again, getting back into our groove.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man. Like I said, man, it's been a minute since we been live and had an opportunity to really talk about. I mean, since we've been gone, bro, a lot has changed within the group. For those who are probably wondering,
I think that's a good point. Yeah, like let's kind of catch up for a little bit. I think that's a good point.
Right. So I know a lot of people, of course, y'all see me and Ziggy. Y'all don't see Tay. Y'all don't see Ghost. Of course, things happen. They will be on future episodes, but we couldn't delay another episode. We couldn't keep promoting and telling y'all we coming on, and we didn't come on. So they will be on future episodes throughout the season. Don't worry. We got some things lined up with them. But catching up, bro. I mean, shoot.
What's going on with you? Like, so you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on with you before we even start hashing stuff out, bro? Like, what's going on with you, bro? What you been up to? And I appreciate we got 10 people already watching and tuning into us right now. Definitely make sure whatever platform y'all are watching us on, hit that likes button, hit that subscribe button, and share. But sorry to cut you off, bro. But what you been up to, bro? Catch us up, man.
I mean, you know, just trying to get some things in order, trying to dibble and dabble in a lot of different things. You know,
dibble and dabble,
you know, trying to elevate, bro. I'm trying to elevate in different aspects of life, as far as trying to get into the gaming aspect of things.
Really?
Yeah, you know, trying to not only become a better content creator, but also, you know, just learn about different aspects of the podcast, the gaming world.
That's true.
Just trying to do other things to not only better this platform, but just in case, you know, I'm on to other platforms and podcasts as well. Of course, y'all know me from the John O'Barn Show from time to time, as we discuss.
A Rams fan,
but of course, Jono has a Saints podcast dedicated strictly for the Saints fans out there. Definitely check his podcast out as well on Tuesdays. But other than that, man, of course, everybody knew from the last season, which was last year, you know, of course, I'm in a relationship, you know, steadily trying to evolve, steadily trying to make things work, you know, each and every day, bro. You know, each and every day. You know, it's a work in progress, but it's a beautiful thing. It's something that I'm very happy in, and it's made me look at things a different outlook. From now, I was talking from a single perspective. It's kind of like but now I can see things from the relationship aspect as well.
Like in a serious relationship, not like
a serious, yes, exactly. But
you know, like it says levels, you know.
It's levels. You know, it's levels has been.
This
climbing.
Is something serious.
Yeah, levels has been climbing, but it's all about taking it one step at a time, one day at a time. Evolve, you learn, you mess up, you make mistakes, you learn from it, and then you keep.
So how
growing.
long have you been in this relationship, if you don't mind me asking? How long has this been?
Almost a year.
So what is something that what is the one thing that you could say that you've probably learned? You know, like you've shared with the podcast, you shared with the platform before that, you know, you've been kind of out of the game for a little bit. You kind of just been doing your own thing. You've been kind of like focusing on yourself. So this is probably like your first big like relationship in a long time. So what is something that you've learned from like a year ago to now? Like now that we starting back up, what is something that you learned?
Don't be afraid to take that chance with someone with someone who's, you know, who sees the full potential in you. Or don't be afraid, or don't let anything hold you back from potentially seeing what type of relationship could be blessed with. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's good.
Just learning to take an opportunity and just see where things go and let God plan it out for you. You know what I mean? My mindset was always, well, I'm not mentally ready. I got to focus on myself.
It has to be perfect.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta do this before I jump into it. And I just said to myself, you know, I don't believe in getting older. I believe in getting wiser. And I guess, you know, I just had to listen to God's plans and, you know, just take the chance. And I don't regret it. I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, you got to take that leap of faith and you got to just see where things go. And, you know, like I said, like everybody's relationships, marriages, or anything in life, you have your ups and downs. For most of the part, it's been more ups than downs, you know, thank God, you know, but yeah, that's what I learned from
this is what you've learned thus far. Look at you.
Yeah. But other than that, though, just steady trying to be a consistent podcaster for y'all, constantly trying to, just stay out of trouble, man. I'm still playing ball, still working hard at my job,
Okay.
but I'm trying to get to that point where we can retire before 40. That's the goal. I know
Still
people
got,
be
hey,
like,
we
40.
got some time.
We still got some time, but if we work, if things start lining up how they need to,
We
that
should be
40,
good.
that retirement at 40 might look a little bit closer, Zay. You know what I'm saying? But
Hey, man.
you got to keep pushing, though. You got to keep pushing, though.
Like you said, it's goals. Then we just gotta keep slowly chopping away. It's like chopping a tree down. You don't chop a tree down in one swoop. It's slowly chipping away. So that's what we gotta do. But that's what's up, man.
We gotta take the spotlight off of me. But before we start getting into the topic, tell the people what you've been up to. What's been good on your end? What's going on with you?
Oh, I switch. Okay. On my end, everything's been kind of the same since we were last on. Still doing school. Still doing my thing at work. Good news at work. We were working on getting some things in motion. Doing a lot of good things at work, and hopefully, some pieces may fall my way. We'll see what happens. In terms of academically, I am, let's see, we're in June. We are 4 months away from me graduating. I have my master's degree in about 4 months. So just trying to stay on that. And I don't know, man. I've been feeling real motivated. I don't know. I might keep going. I might go get that PhD. I don't know. I would have never thought that this would even been an option for me. It's just kind of crazy. But it's kind of like what Shawn was saying earlier. Just as we get older, just like we get wiser, and it just, I don't know what it is. It just, I want to say probably around like September last year. It's like the light bulb just went off. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's like an out of body epiphany I guess is what they call it. Like an out of body experience just happened. It was just like, I don't know. I can't explain it. And all of a sudden, like, just goals just started getting checked off. And I don't know if I just got my second win. I don't know what it is, but we've been doing some pretty cool things over here, and I'm very blessed. I'm very humbled, and like Mom said, I've made some mistakes. I've learned from it. As I've said, we're gonna have some not photos. I'm sorry. We're gonna have some videos to post on our social media page sometime this week. But one of the joys that I've had thus far is we've had some interns come in, and I don't know what it is about like seeing somebody come in with like a blank slate, and you like literally seeing them in real time blossom and grow and become professionals in their own right. So that's kind of stuff I've been working on, like giving back to the next generation, different things like that. I never thought I would have been like a mentor type. I was always that kind of guy, like I'm gonna just kind of go in the corner and do my thing. But like, I don't know. But that's kind of what's been going on. Wife, daughter, everybody's doing pretty good. Izzy getting big, kind of coming into her own now, kind of phasing out of that baby phase to like preteen phase, so
that's good.
It's just one of those things, man. Life been good. But I am ready to get back into this content creative space, and hash some topics out with y'all. So with that being said, I'm gonna tag my partner back in and see what we got from here.
Well, I know that we are running a little bit behind, so we're not gonna rush or anything like that. But we do have a topic in store to talk to y'all tonight. But of course, before we start getting into it, y'all definitely gotta support us again. I know we've been, lacking and not being consistent, but definitely remember this. We need y'all support, continuously support. Go to the YouTube page, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, that bell, the notification buttons. We're definitely going to be start coming live, whether it's myself, Zig, Tay, Ghost, whatever who's on the screen. We're going to drop some type of content and episode, and hopefully we can get the gang together for one live episode, all of us in the room at the same time.
That's a goal.
That's the goal.
I think that's an attainable goal.
Yes, yes. But
hey, shout out to Zach Augustine on Facebook for the like. I see. We see y'all. Thank you.
Oh yeah. So without further ado, we're not gonna hold it up no longer. We're about to have a little icebreaker before we get into the topic.
What you got, bro?
It's been a minute since we talked about these wild shit that's been going on in this world. Boy. And some things has been going on. I don't know what's the hell, in the words of Rifle now, what the hell? Because I don't know what's going on. What the hell is going on in this world, bro?
Yo, what's good, Genesis?
Bro, we just gonna kick it off with the Diddy trial.
Oh,
of course,
boy.
Everybody's been hip to it. Everybody's been knowing what's been going on. We didn't see the documentaries. We didn't see the stories. We didn't heard testimonies. You know, the court date, the trial has begun. And from what I've been looking at on social media and the testimony of Cassidy, I mean, bro, it's getting ridiculous. But I'm going to put it like this, though, Zig. And I'll ask you, as a man, and you have a wife, and for all the fellas that has wives or girlfriends, for Cassidy's husband to be put in that predicament just to hear all of those sick,
graphic details
of what his current wife, Cassidy, has been through. How would you feel as a man just sitting up in court listening to those thoughts? Like just listening to the whatever, whether it's true, false. You know, of course, they didn't show the video. I've seen it on X and Twitter where they showed Diddy, of course, the 15-minute graphic, disturbing images of Diddy punching, kicking, dragging her.
That's what kicked everything off.
Right. Now that just started
that hotel
off.
video.
But since the trial began 2 days ago, there's been even more graphic details about Cassidy and how Diddy forced her to do this and how Diddy forced other people to do this to her. We're not gonna get all into the graphic details, but I gotta ask Zig and all the fellas that has their wives and, you know, even girlfriends, whatever. Can you explain what would be your emotional thoughts? Because I know her husband is like, man, what, like, and it's nothing that he could have done because you wasn't with her.
It was before he,
right? But just hearing those thoughts be like, you in the public eye, like people in the courtroom looking at you like, look, but that wasn't her fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess she didn't think it would have went that extreme. But what's your thoughts on that, bro? How would you feel? And I'm not trying to put you in that predicament.
No, I got you. But
how would you feel though?
Do you think the husband knew about some of this stuff, or you think he was completely? I
think he knew probably the information that was being put out, but not to the graphic details that I've been seeing from the testimonies that Cassidy has been saying at trial as she testifies against Diddy. Those are some graphic, and I'm not going to even repeat some of the stuff that I've seen. Yeah. But to sit in that courtroom to hear that type of stuff about your wife, I mean, how would you feel? Like, what would be your initial thoughts?
I mean,
it's wild. I know. It's wild.
The only thing you really could do, bro, is just you have to support your wife as best you could. You know how it is, but it's kind of that's a lot, man, to kind of process that, because at the end of the day, the man, he's still human himself. He can't. I know everybody wants us to kind of bottle our emotions up as men and just be like, support. You need to support her. You need to, bruh. We talking about like, this not even like kink related stuff. This just like out the box wild stuff, like. Yeah. And this is just day 2.
And it just amazes me though, like, because the reason why I bring that up is because, of course, they've been bringing up the husband leaving the courtroom or just leaving.
Thanks, BG.
Right. I knew he probably knew about things, but once again,
not to this level.
I don't think to that T. Like I say, he probably knew. Now, granted, she probably told him in private, and maybe he's prepared, and I'm pretty sure he knew what he was getting into. Of
Bruh,
course, like
I
if
wanna-
you're going to court to support your wife, you're
of
going
course.
to know, oh, this is going to be some graphic stuff, and you're going to be like, hold up, dude, like you really did this to my wife, like you really, like you want to just,
You gonna feel some kind of way.
you're gonna feel some type of way. But I just feel like at the end of the day, bruh, you know, you really never know who people truly are until you really get into that aspect of a relationship with them. You know what I'm saying? At one point, we looked at Diddy and Cassidy as that perfect couple, like that. Oh,
Same
man.
with Will and Jada.
Exactly. But over the years, or whatever the case may be,
And
you
these
just
Diddy
never
parties.
truly know who a person can be until you really either start really spending a lot of time with them and truly either living
Right.
with them and stuff like that. And you really just start to see,
Mhm.
you know,
But we talked about this before.
Right.
This is why we and I hate to sound like this, like preacher, whatever, but this is why we got to stop idolizing these celebrities. Everyone always idolizing these athletes, celebrities. How many times have we put these people on pedestals and then something come out? Whether it's Cosby, Shannon Sharp, Diddy. I mean, the list goes on and on for things that have come up. These are humans at the end of the day.
But I would say this too, Zig, and when I was thinking about that, like even with the Shannon Sharp situation, right? I had to think about it. Right now, granted, I'm not defending him, and I'm not saying that he was right, he was wrong, whatever. Of course, everybody heard the audio. Everybody know what the situation is with Shannon Sharp, right?
Oh yeah, the audio call.
Right. But this is my thing, right? Have you ever noticed, like, and I want you to pay close attention.
I think I know where you're going with this, but yeah.
Have you ever noticed anytime somebody is either becoming real big in whatever
We're getting
type
ready
of
to
they in, or they just really just like taking whatever profession that they are in, they just taking it by storm. It's always something, right? I give you an example. Jonathan Majors, right? After now everybody knew who Jonathan Majors was, but everybody kind of knew who he was after Creed 3. Of course, the movie with Michael B. Jordan. That's when
that blew him up. Then the thing with Marvel, then yeah.
Right, he had the Marvel movie. He did a great job with that. Now he has all the momentum on his side. Everything is going right for him, and just out of the blue. Well, there's accusation of assault, yada yada yada. It just come out the blue, and now he had got to go through court dates. He didn't lost his deal with Marvel. Good thing that he's back on. From what I've been seeing, he's back in good graces with Marvel, right?
Well, he kept conversations up with them, I think, through a whole time. Yeah.
But once again, Shannon Sharp. All right, Shannon Sharp was a big thing on the FS1.
Getting ready to sign $100 million contract.
Right. He did his thing with Skip Bayless. Everybody liked the Shannon Sharp.
The Undisputed.
He started propelling. Everything started falling apart over there with Skip Bayless. He transfers over to First Take with Stephen A. and Molly, and now all of a sudden he had all type of platforms. The Shay Room, Club Shay, the Nightcap.
Yeah, the Nightcap. Yep.
Right. So he got all this working for him, and now all of a sudden he's on this momentum again, and then bam.
And what's crazy is he had the leak, the Instagram leak, and then he kind of was able to maneuver through that. Bruh. And then this came up again. I'm like, bruh.
It just amazes me though, and like I said, I'm not defending.
That's a good point. That's what you're saying.
It just amazes me that when anytime somebody is in the limelight or somebody's propelling and they doing anything, it's just something just out the blue, just come knocking them out. Now you barely I think Shannon Sharp still do his Nightcap and his Club Shay, but
that's on YouTube. He owns that. But I mean, I think he does still have sponsors though. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, that
ain't ESPN.
Shannon Sharp on First Take, talking and
used to see him all the time on primetime TV. Yeah.
Right. Now it's kind of like why? But it just.
But then too, now these guys don't realize now that affects. It's a domino effect.
Right.
Now Ocho. What if he gets convicted of something? What Ocho gonna do?
Right.
These guys don't understand it's a domino effect that the family and friends of these
But it
guys.
goes to show you though, Zig, it doesn't matter the amount of money, it doesn't matter the amount of power that you may feel like you have. Yeah, you might get away with things for a couple of
Okay,
years
that's
or
what you're saying.
decades. You can, because it has been done in history. We have seen that before. But at the end of the day, at some point, whatever's done in the dark is going to come to the light.
It's going to come to the light.
As famous people, and I'm not famous or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, it's like you really can't get away with nothing nowadays. It doesn't matter what it is. It's like every little conversation you have, they got something on this iPhone that I just noticed when I did my last update, where you can actually record. It'll write as you speak. It'll write. Now I don't know if that's been around.
Dictation software, yeah.
Right, but as soon as you talk on the phone with that particular person, if you hit that button, it's going to comment, like it's literally going to write everything that you said in the comments.
I know what you're talking about.
It's like you have no, bruh, you would literally have to be like a shadow op type of person with a different name, social security. You got to be one of the best hitting type of persons to not get caught nowadays. Because it don't matter what you do or how private you think you are. Shit leaks out just like that. And there's nothing you can do about it. And it happens at the worst opportune times.
Yep.
I'm starting to notice that pattern. And the pattern is as soon as somebody elevate to a height, I'm talking about to heights where everybody's like, this motherfucker is doing his or her thing. Something, well, such and such. Slap this person. Oh, she. Matter of fact, prime example. Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor. I didn't know who Joy Taylor was until I seen her on the Pivot
on Fox.
podcast.
You're the host.
Right, but
with she was with Shannon and Skip.
Never knew that because I never watched it. I never watched that show, but I knew her upon like the interview when she was on with the Pivot podcast, right? With Ryan Clark, Shannon Crowder, and Fred Taylor.
So you didn't know about her hosting and doing stuff with Colin Cowherd and
until I started following her and started watching some of her
podcasts. Jason Taylor's sister.
Never knew that. Never knew that.
The Miami Dolphins. Yeah.
I know who Jason Taylor is, but I never knew who his sister was.
Dang,
what I'm saying is, when she started Propel on the FS1 network to speak your facts or whatever show she does, skyrocketing. Now, mind you, whether it's true or not, she slept with the CEO, she did this to the head. Now it's all that. Even though she's still hosting, it's still putting a stain and a blemish.
The stain.
Mm-hmm. Right on her, like as a person. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, bro, I just feel like it's just, I'm not condoning anything that these people do. It's not the right way to do things to get ahead in life, but I'm just saying, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. He's
getting back on track. You think? Oh no, he's talking about Jonathan Majors. Yeah, Jonathan Majors is getting back on track.
Yeah. And I'm glad he is because that could have really.
He got Megan Good. He married not too long ago.
Right, he married Megan Good, and like I said, from what I've been seeing, he's definitely in good spirits with Marvel. So like he kind of got his Marvel character back, who he was playing.
Yeah, King the Conqueror.
Right. So I'm just saying, bro, it's kind of like you got to kind of watch what you're doing around people, and you kind of.
What's good, Lala?
You kind of gotta watch how you. I ain't saying be sneaky and be like a little, be sneaky or do your thing. I'm just saying, just be careful how you move around, because there ain't no way you getting around shit nowadays, bro. But the Diddy trial is crazy, bro. I don't know how this is gonna play out. Some people saying the more you listen to it, it's just like they're just saying, well, Diddy just a big ass freak, but behind the scenes in the documentaries I didn't see. There's a lot. I mean, from human trafficking to, I don't want to.
We talking about like Justin Bieber when he was like.
Yeah, I don't want to get too in depth.
That's kind of some crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just some things we can't really discuss on this channel, but everybody who really been following this situation since it
y'all know
what's happening. So I hope everyone. However that plays out, hopefully, just. But anyway, Zach.
But anyway, man, we right under 20 people watching us live on multiple platforms. Definitely appreciate y'all.
Facts.
You know, I know we weren't able to promote as we really wanted to, but the fact that, you know, y'all showing up, man, we appreciate it.
Right.
Definitely.
So I speak of power on that, y'all, to get into our topic for tonight. And this is not going to be a long topic or nothing like that, but I think it's a topic that is good to kind of start off with, to start the season off with. Unfinished product. And what I mean by that is, you know, a lot of us, right? Whether it's from our past or how we kind of got into our current situation, relationships, marriage. A lot of us always wanted to go into something as a healed person, or, oh, I'm 100% healed, or I am a finished product for me to start dating somebody, right? I really believe that sometimes my thoughts on this particular topic, and y'all can comment. I want y'all to chime in. You know, I would love to hear y'all opinions and thoughts on this. I never really understood that concept where people be like, oh, I want somebody to come 100% healed, right? Now, everybody's different. Everybody have certain expectations. Everybody have their own whatever, right? I don't care what nobody says. Nobody goes into dating, or not just get dating out the way, because dating means different things to different people. You can date multiple people. You can just date one person, yada, yada, yada. Let's just say relationship. I never believe somebody goes into a relationship 100% healed. Maybe 90%, 80%, if you want to put percentages on it, Zig. No one goes into a relationship 100% healed. I don't care what nobody say. You might have got over a hump, a situation, a past, whatever the case may be, and you finally found that person to start that journey of a relationship into marriage with. But at some point, I guarantee you, somebody was still dealing with something, whether it's something that's triggering them. You know, it could be the way they get an attitude about something, the way you communicate, the way they understand about certain things. That's something that just probably never really, you know, resonated with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll kind of pretend at the moment, because of course they probably like that person, and they trying to put some things on a back burner to make it seem like they're healed. But once they start dating and getting into relationships, and when situations happen, and when conversations, especially them uncomfortable conversations, and we know what I'm talking about, when you start talking about love and financial stuff, and people be kind of triggered, like, how you gonna tell me to spend my money this way and that way and yada yada yada. I never feel like somebody goes, what's happening Slim? I feel like nobody goes into a relationship 100% healed. I just don't believe that, Zig. I feel like you can go into something healed, but you're never going to be 100% healed. I'll put myself out there, right? And I'll give myself a prime example. Now, I just told you in the beginning of the show that, you know, hey, I had to just take a leap of faith.
Oh, things that you've learned. I got you. Yeah.
Right. I took a leap of faith because there was somebody that really liked me, right? And I liked them back, right? And I seen this woman who really wanted to see who I was and was like, hey, I like you. I wanna start dating you. And I'm like, okay, I got a woman that's right there.
That's really right here telling you.
And I'm constantly saying, yeah, you know, I just got a lot going on, and I'm not ready for all that, and I'm taking steps backwards. And she's constantly saying, I don't care about that. I don't care about your blemishes. I don't care about your flaws. Come here. I want you.
That's dope.
Right. But I wasn't ready. But at the same time, though, I said to myself, well, shit. It's been a minute since I've been in a some type of serious relationship with a woman, right? I've been single for years. Everybody knew that, right? And I said to myself, why not? What do I have to lose? It's either it's gonna work or it's not gonna work, right? I went into that particular relationship, the current relationship that I am in with this woman, and I went into it, at least if you want to say percentages, 75% healed, right? Right?
Heal from like past experiences or heal
Past
from
experiences,
okay,
life experiences,
I got you. Okay.
just deep down, like things that I probably was dealing with internally with myself.
Got you. Okay.
It necessarily didn't even have to be from anything from the past with anybody or any
Just more
other
of a mental
particular
thing.
woman. Right. More of a mental thing, right?
I got you. Okay.
But understand what I'm saying. I went into that relationship 75% healed,
Got
but
you.
then you build it up
Mm-hmm.
80, maybe 83%.
Now you're all
Sometimes
in.
it went back down to 80, but then it
Mhm.
elevated up to 89.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
you can go into a relationship a little bit healed, but it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I'm 100% healed. Nothing is perfect in this world.
No.
And people be like, and once again, I'm not knocking anybody's expectations or how they feel like somebody should come into their life. That's your right. That's your prerogative. What I'm saying is, you expecting somebody to come into something 100% healed, 9 out of 10 times, it might seem like they got everything healed. Start a couple of months down the road and see if a certain situation trigger them, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, but this is something I never." They're not 100% healed.
No, they're not. Yeah.
They not. So we got to get out this mindset of we want somebody 100% healed, because there's something that it can be something as far as you got to adapt and sacrifice and compromise, something that you wasn't used to doing either by yourself or in a previous relationship. You have to go into this thing like with an open mind and an understanding type of mindset and say to yourself, look, I'm not 100% healed, but with the right person by my side, and if we constantly communicate and work on these things, we can work our way up to being at 100% as close as possible. But what we say about the 50-50, there's going to be days where we're 50-50. There's going to be days where I'm 80-20.
That's true.
There's going to be days where we're 100-100. There might be days where we just 10%. But as long as that bond is indestructible, you can overcome all of these percentages and these splits and all this other bullshit that we like to put titles on in society. You feel me? So the unfinished product and the way I'm looking at things is, I just feel like you don't have to. If somebody say you come 100% healed, you choose the lane that you want to dive into, right? That's something Tay always said on the show. Like, you choose what you choose to deal with and what you choose to attract and continue down the road with. 100% agree. At the same time, though, I don't care what anybody say. We can listen to all the podcasts in the world, all the stuff that we use to try to get advice and motivational, quotes and stuff from. Nobody comes into anything 100% healed. It's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you do come 100%, it's just a 1 in a million people in the world that does that, bro. But I guarantee you, though, 6 months, 24 months, a year, 5 years down the road, there is something that's going to trigger somebody, or that's going to make somebody just say, fuck, I'm not healed. Like, what's wrong with you? You never talked about this. I'm not healed. That should tell you right there, I'm not healed. But that's not going to stop y'all from propelling and making the relationship a success. It's just that I think we need to stop that notion of saying, oh, I'm 100% healed, or I need somebody. Of course, everybody wants somebody to come with their shit together, but understand, like, if you're gonna be with somebody, understand their flaws, understand everything that comes with it. Everybody gonna have blemishes. Everybody's gonna have their own flaws. How committed are you to be with that person to make sure that not only are they building you up, you can help them build up. Y'all can help each other overcome whatever healing that y'all may need to heal or overcome. And then that 100% might come in due time. Everybody is an unfinished product. It's nothing.
No, everybody, yeah.
Everybody. So that notion of come 100%.
Yeah, even in professional settings.
Exactly.
But I think you know, the way that society and the way that just we always talk about work all the time. Being a finished product or close to a finished product is how you stay employed.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
so I think the pressures from societal standards and the pressures from certain other professional standards, I think kind of carry over into our social standards, and then of course relational, different things like that. And then you have the men and women dynamic. I hate to go there, but there is a men and women dynamic where I don't think a lot of my opinion, I don't think a lot of women put up with men that aren't finished products. The main, what's the main question we always hear? What can you bring to the table? Well, I can't. Well, I ain't got time to work on myself. I ain't got nothing to bring to the table. I'm chopped liver.
Well, and nowadays, Zig, I do understand that is kind of correct, because the older women do get, and it's vice versa. The older men, it kind of goes both ways. But for most of the part, most women wouldn't put up with a man that is still not 100% healed. It's either you're coming with everything to the table, and that's it. You coming 100% healed. You coming 100% ready to provide. Just like I seen this notion, and I seen this this reel on Facebook. This one particular woman said that, why do women expect men to automatically just pay bills if we're just dating? Like automatically they have to start contributing to the bill.
Because they said that's what's expected. But that spells to me entitlement.
Exactly. I don't see, there's a difference, right? Now, granted, if you're dating, you're dating to what? You're dating someone to try
What's
to
the goal? Yeah.
The goal is that hopefully dating turns into something exclusive.
Something long term.
Exactly. But I think when she implies, it's like, okay, we're dating, maybe 2 dates. Y'all go out to a nice restaurant, or y'all probably do something else after that. But it's truly not. I think she meant like dating, as well as like there is no end game of a long-term relationship. It's just more like, yeah, I'm just leaving my options open. But while I got your attention and time, I'm gonna need you to start participating in paying these bills. Give or take, because some men don't mind doing it because they just got the financial ability to do it. Granted, whatever floats your boat. But the entitlement or the expectations of, I've been dating you for about a week or so, and you expect me just to pick up the bills, that's kind of a red flag. And of course, they're going to be like, most men response is, well, what you going to do for me? Well, you got me. Okay, what about you? Just like they say about us, Zig. There's a bunch of people in this world that you can be replaced with. What makes you stand out? That's the answer right there. What makes you stand out amongst everybody that they can have their choice, especially if they're an attractive person? What makes you stand out? What makes you so fucking different from the next motherfucker that does the exact same thing or that can do better? Like, that's what it comes down to. You have to stand out from the other people. But the unfinished product, once again, you have to allow somebody, you can't allow that to stop you. What I'm trying to say is, don't allow an unfinished product to stop you from really seeing the absolute full potential of that person. That person can probably needed you and they're not truly dependent on you. They're not using that healing process as an excuse, because they could probably still say the same, man, look, I like you, I want to be with you, let's make this happen. And then if you notice that this person is suffering from this, that, and the third, and when it could be financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually.
What's good, Anthony?
Right?
And shout out to our boy Jono.
You know what I'm saying? So this shit is more than a game. This shit is more than a topic.
Hey.
Yeah, this shit is more than a topic. But yeah, man, I think you got to allow people to, an unfinished product. That's just like
what you think about this question though? Do people truly accept us as we are, or only when we seem like a finished product? You kind of touched on it earlier in your situation. You said that, look,
I think if somebody truly likes you and truly really wants to like find out who you are as a person, they will accept you, flaws and blemishes. They don't. It doesn't matter. The only way you're going to find that out is by spending time with that particular person. And when you come across situations like that, you'll find out, okay, you ain't got to bring it up, but you'll see through people's actions. I can tell you a bunch of shit through a paragraph, but your action speaks louder than any words that you spoke or written, right? But some people really would just say, man, nah, I need the finished product. Like I need the assembly acquired already done. I can't do this and that. I can't, which is, once again, I want people to truly understand this is not to say or take away your expectations. Everybody's expectations about this is different. But what I'm saying is, no matter what, people do come unfinished. Does it mean that the product can't be completed or it can't be finished? It truly depends on the two people that's in that relationship. Are they required to have that understanding and communicate and constantly have those conversations to try to get to a point where you overcome whatever you're dealing with? It doesn't matter if you, and especially if you're trying to really be with that person, you got to take the good with the bad. You got to be with them through the sunshine. You got to be with them through the thunderstorm. That's just how it goes. And you're going to always deal with stuff. You're going to always deal with drama. You're always going to deal with bullshit. That's what life is. But it's all about what you attract, what you allow your energy to attract, right, Jay? So do you attract drama? Do you attract the pettiness? Do you allow things and people to affect your peace and your sanity? That's what I mean by that. So at the end of the day, people have to understand that, don't let an unfinished product be your demise. Like, just because somebody say, "Oh, you got too much going on," hey, that's your loss. I'm not gonna knock it, because I can't stop you from living your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have a life to live. You want to be happy. You want certain things. All you can do is take that step back and be like, all right, just be honest with me. Don't lie. And then you switch up on me. You feel me? Just be honest. And that's another key. Just be honest. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't walk around it. Don't tiptoe around it. None of that. Be direct and be straightforward with it, and just let it be known what it is. So
yeah. And I think the main thing is we just got to make sure that we surround ourselves in environments that nurtures, not create pressure.
Right.
Because you can't grow if you constantly feeling judged, or you constantly feeling like you're not up to snuff, or you're not up to speed. But like you said, you surround yourself with people that, okay, you're not finished, but all right, this is what we're gonna do today. This is how we're gonna get better. This is
right.
Hey, you did this. And this is not always about relationship. This could be at work. You make a mistake at work. You got a OG or somebody that's like, hey, look, next time you get on the machine, do this. And then that'll save you 10, 15 minutes of time, so you can, an environment of nurture. You know, whenever you create an environment where people are scared to make mistakes, then you're gonna just create an environment where no one does anything, because
Right.
every time you make a mistake, I'm gonna get chewed out, or I'm gonna get talked down to, or I ain't gonna
Made
do nothing.
fun
You know what?
of.
I ain't gonna do nothing. I mean,
Right.
look, you know, we've all worked with somebody that the moment you mess up, oh, here come the supervisor, come to yell at us. So you know what happens? Oh, I ain't gonna do nothing, because look, I'm gonna just, why y'all doing? Why everybody just sitting around? Last time we tried to take initiative, you jumped down our throat. So you always want to create an environment where people are nurtured, so that way when they do take the initiative and they might not have done things that you want, you say, hey, I appreciate what you did, but next time let's try to do it like this. Okay, cool, I got you, boss. Done.
Yeah.
You know,
and what you just said, then you have to allow somebody to be willing to express themselves, be able to tell you without judgment, without any type of backlash or any type of, just in general, like, you know, just sarcasm and not
that passive aggressive.
Right. Like, you have to just, once again, you got to take the good with the bad, and it's up to you, especially if you are into that person. You have to understand that it's going to take a lot of conversations, and it might be conversations that you don't want to have, or you be like, well, damn, why are we always talking about this? Why we keep going back and forth with this? It's necessary. You know, you got to communicate, and that's one thing we've been saying since we launched this podcast almost 5-6 years ago. Everything boils down to communication, and as much as we say that,
bro,
we still don't get it. And it's not something that we're gonna try to say, oh yeah, you know, communicate. Listen to Shawn and Zig and T and Ghost. Communicate. We're not forcing this down, but it's just reality though, because most stuff is always assumptions, or it's a lack of communication, or it's a misunderstanding. So at the end of the day, you'd be like, well, did you ask me? Did you talk to me? Did you give me an opportunity to talk? Because you let in anger, or you letting your just excitement of just trying to find out whatever without trying to get the absolute truth, or to allow that person to really come into an environment. If somebody can know if the environment is negative, bro, like just the way somebody
they already know, bro.
Or just walk into the room.
That's one thing you can't hide is energy.
Right.
And look, you're in leadership. Your employees could hide it all as much as they want. You know, like, okay, I don't know exactly what's going on with this team member, but he distracted. Something on his mind. Like I was saying, energy. You are able to read energy off of people, bro. Like,
exactly.
If somebody having a bad day, it's in their mannerisms. Their shoulders are slouched. And what's up, Shawn? How you doing, bro? You good, bro?
Sometimes, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Zig, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing, bro. Let me tell you something. I get up every morning between 3:30 to 4 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Friday, right? It's like I'm up, but I'm not up. But I also always have to remind myself that I'm going into a workplace where nobody did nothing to me, right? So I'm not about to go in there with a nasty attitude and just have that negative damn energy where, man, hold up, what's wrong with this dude, man? Like,
right? Because like they said, that energy is transferable. Because now,
right? So once again, when we talk about an unfinished product,
right,
go into the situation with a positive mindset.
Right.
Don't think about the negative outcomes, and I think that could be another thing.
Pessimistic.
That makes it hard for us to really try to like talk things out. Is that we not looking at the positive outcome, which can be hard because you be like, damn, this person gonna really be mad. This person gonna
try to be optimistic about
right.
It, is what you're saying.
You gotta be optimistic about it. Whatever, prepare yourself for however it may go, whether it's positive or it's negative. Either way it goes, you might be shocked. You might be like, oh man, this is gonna end up bad. And when you had that conversation, you be like, "What? Damn, this shit went as well as I didn't think it was gonna go as well as I thought it would have been."
Mm-hmm.
Because you got to go in there with that mindset of just let things flow.
Keyword.
It is
mindset.
Your mindset, right? Prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself mentally and just say, "Man, look, it is what it is." You know, I need to talk to this person because I'm sorry because I flashed out because it's just who I am. You know, I've been trying to change for years, but this is who I am. This is what I deal with. This is what triggers me. I don't like this. You know, just give me some time. But if somebody said, "I'll give you some time," and when that time kind of, okay, this has been going on. What's going on? I've been patient. I've been understanding. I'm still not. That's where your first mistake is. Now you thinking they get negative, but you got to understand. You have to be considerate of other people's time, and you got to be considerate of their emotions and what they want out the relationship and what they want to bring to the table. It's not always going to be just about you. This is a togetherness, right? You can't just focus on your healing. You got to think about them. Because two people can become an unfinished product and then they blossom in one of the best products ever. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You can't allow them and once again, that's what I say. I learned that a year ago. Just let shit go. I mean,
that's a good point when you mention that, because a lot of the times, or a lot of the things that stop us from making that next step is kind of ourselves. Like when you start hearing people talk about imposter syndrome, like, I don't want to be exposed as like something. I don't know if exposed is the right word, but I don't want to make it seem like I'm in this spot where I don't deserve it, but you actually are. You know, some people create their own pressure, their own anxiety in their head. Like, man, by 30, I need to have a house. By the time I'm 35, I need to have this, and this. Who said you had to do that? You know what I'm saying?
Society.
But you create your own anxiety, and then all of a sudden, you years behind. I won't say behind, but you've almost stolen your own joy from putting your own pressure on yourself. And then, like you said, giving yourself permission to grow and not seeking it from others.
Right. You know what's so crazy? And before we cut off for the night, you know what's so crazy?
This is a good conversation.
You know what's so crazy about it is somebody posted some type of question, right? All of us do, you know, everybody knows about the economy and how everything is high and everything is everything is getting to the point
everything's kind of crazy now.
Everything is expensive as hell, right?
Yeah.
I remember somebody posted something and somebody was like, "Man, should high schoolers or college people still be living at home with their parents?" Bro, I had to go to the comment section, right?
Man, what?
I was so shocked. I ain't gonna say shocked, but it was kind of crazy. The comments. Some people, majority of I'm gonna say about 85% of the comments were from people like in their 30s, 40s, like just probably in that range.
Right.
And I don't give a damn what nobody say. The way this economy is, fuck that. I'm going back with my people. Because the mentality, and once again, the dream is, okay, you get your house, you know, with your spouse.
Of course, everybody want to have their own space. Yeah,
you get your own shit. Everybody's still leveling up, making their money. Salute to all the successful people out there.
But you know what I mean? People going on that topic, how many people put themselves in enormous debt because they weren't ready, because other people say, well, you 18, get out my house, or you 20, you know.
But now that's not a realistic thing, because now jobs,
student loans,
you got out of high school, of course, trade school, pick you up a trade, start your business, and you can start making money.
Be an electrician or something,
right? But also understand, it don't matter if you're an electrician, licensed plumber,
truck driver,
all of that. That's great jobs. But also understand, you still got to know somebody to put you in that position.
You still got a network.
Somebody to start you up. You see what I'm saying?
You still got to be networked. Yeah.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, though, what I'm saying is, don't be afraid to let your unfinished product, which may be yourself, to stop you, whether that's that promotion, that business, that relationship, that sports that you play, whatever the case may be. Don't let an unfinished product, whatever they may be within your life or even within your relationship or marriage, because y'all might say together y'all haven't healed to the point of understanding, of communicating the right way. Don't let that stop you. Don't look at the negative outputs, or don't let we keep going down this track. You got to continuously work on it. And if it's not there, then it's not there. But if it is, you never know if you don't continuously be consistent with it and keep trying and trying and trying and trying and never giving up. Because if you truly into that person and love that person, you're going to do everything in your fiber being to make sure that it lasts and that y'all try to heal each other in whatever aspects of y'all lives that needs healing, right? So that's where I'm at with that, man. But of course, we was running a little bit behind today.
No,
so
good, bro.
yeah, but to all the people out there, next week we will be back here 7:30, 8 o'clock, around that time, but mostly 7:30. Please come back next week. We'll be back again with another episode. We just had to come and drop some type of content for y'all tonight and let y'all know that we didn't forget about y'all, and we glad that y'all haven't forgotten about us. And like I said, throughout the season, you will see Tay, you will see Ghost. At some point, you're going to see everybody together, but of course, we're supporting everybody in their new ventures and business and career opportunities that everybody's been doing. So, shout out to Tay and Ghost for their new business ventures and, career opportunities. And like I said, Zig could be studying and doing and whatever he needs to do to get ready for school and stuff, but he still took the time out to at least take an hour out of his studying and doing homework. And of course, with me doing what I need to start doing, studying as far as like trying to learn different aspects of the ventures I'm trying to get into. So that's my.
I almost use this as my, how people always say like, man, you could be doing more schoolwork. I'm like, yeah, you gotta you gotta give your brain a break at some point. So some people do journaling. Some people do. I kind of use this as that. Like, this is my time to like hang with my friends. Kind of, still have my finger in the tech side of things with the production work and everything like that. Interact with the community. So like, this is perfect. Y'all never hear me complain about anything like this. Yeah, this is awesome. But
man. But other than
I'm pretty excited about what we got going on. But I do want to make sure to leave y'all with this one question. Just a closing reflection question. This is something I wanted to kind of start doing, like leave y'all with like homework, but just something to think on. And I just want to say, like, who in your life makes you feel safe to grow? So that's kind of how we talked about like for S Rider. He found somebody that took him as he was. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to be the finished product. So I want y'all to think of who in your life makes you feel safe to grow. And hopefully you have an answer to that. And if not, then hopefully you start surrounding yourself with some people that will allow you to grow and won't put so much pressure on you to be a finished product. Because none of us are finished product.
Right.
The only person that was a finished product came and then died and then rose back up into the heavens. That's the only person that was a finished product that I'm aware of that walked this earth.
That's true.
But yeah, I'm gonna turn it back over to Shawn and he'll close this out.
Well, like I said, people, you know what I'm saying? Don't go into life or anything going forward. You gotta just have an open mind to it. Don't be afraid to take the chance. Don't be afraid to be who you are. At the end of the day, just be who you are. When I mean by change and adapt and evolve, that is something dealing with your career, your relationship, but then you'll know what you have to evolve into in order to really reach the peak of your success and greatness. You know what I'm saying? Like with me with this podcast, you know what I'm saying? I came into this podcast as green as I don't know what. and I did not know anything about podcasting.
You learn.
I just each episode, each week, and just studying and looking at other different podcast platforms. I just said to myself, I can't be this person from that platform and this person from that platform, or this and that person. I can only be who Shawn is, and
there you go.
This is who I am, and I've developed this personality of S writer. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I love to write, and I love to, you know, I'm a thinker, and I'm always thinking about certain things. So, end of the story, closing remarks for tonight to go throughout the rest of your week. Just be who you are. Do what makes you happy. Don't be afraid to take chances. I don't look at life as regrets. I look at everything as a life lesson. We all make mistakes. We all make bad decisions. We done all said things that we shouldn't have said. We done all did things that we shouldn't have done. Okay, it's nothing you can do about it. You move forward. You become better. You learn from it. Stay true to yourself. Just like John O'Barnes said.
Hey, you just said it.
It's the way to go. It's a lot harder to be a false version of yourself. Totally agree with that.
Bars.
I think people will respect you more for being who you are.
Just being yourself. Facts.
Right. And it might not add up to the views. It might not add up to instant success. It might not add up with you just getting everything that you want, just like that of a snap of a finger. But I guarantee you, the more you be your authentic self and be who you are and let people accept you for who you are, trust me, your success and greatness is going to be felt more appreciated than ever. It's going to be well worth it, because you're going to say to yourself, I didn't have to be something or be somebody else to get what I needed. I was me. Yeah. This is who I am. I didn't change for nothing. So just take that with y'all to finish off the week. And Zig, if you don't have any closing remarks, I want everybody to tune in next week, Wednesday, for Hash It Out Wednesdays, 7:30 with S Writer, ZiggyTheBeast. Like I said, each week we'll play it by ear, but we're going to always hold it down and have love for Tay and Ghost. And we just appreciate everyone that tuned in tonight for the season premiere.
I know, man. We almost had 30 people on the.
Hey, bro. I'm not picky with none of that. I appreciate all the 30 looks. Even if they didn't comment, I appreciate y'all just tuning in.
I appreciate every single one of y'all
enjoying the conversation. So hopefully whatever we talked about, whatever we said tonight, maybe that resonate with y'all and y'all can take that and do y'all thing. So other than that, follow us. You can follow me on Instagram, s.writer, Facebook, my normal name. If you know, you know. I ain't gotta say it out. Same thing with Ziggy. You follow him on all platforms: Twitch, X, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
ZiggyTheBeast on everything.
Yeah, ZiggyTheBeast on everything. So until next week.
And shout out to Jono. Thanks again for sharing your community with us when you finish your stream. Make sure y'all highlight our boy Jono Barnes on the Jono Barnes Show over on YouTube and X, Twitter. That's his main two platforms. Y'all definitely check him out. And telling your boys over at the Let's Hash It Out podcast sent you. And we'll check y'all next week. Same podcast time, same podcast channel. What's up, Lala? Check y'all on tomorrow. And we'll see y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir.
White cigars, welcome to our black movement, our black affairs, our black power, black thinking. Blood from the trees, black sacrifice. Blood from the water, pray forward, Jesus Christ. We were once slaves of the world, slaves of the mind. Now we as black people with destined to shine. Wars, bigger dreams, enlightening hopes. Realistic goals, powerful flows. Black president, black leaders, black culture. Let's paint the whole world black to show them what we stand for. Unity, strength, and our unwilling power. Salute to our black heroes underneath the flowers. Toast to black greatness, toast to black success. Toast to my black Trojan, I wish you the best. Wish you happiness, wish you hustle. Don't forget the people who helped through the struggle. From chains to cages, we finally made it. Born into slavery, we found a way to escape it. Black people coming up, it's time to face it. World full of opportunities, go chase it. No more bad bitches, just black queens. No more niggas, we are all black kings. All black suits at the white affair. We on the brink of greatness, time will tell.
This is the definition of a black king on a black scene. Next to me, I got my black queen in my black jeans, black teeth, feeling like Spike Lee. Black chain, black ring, do the right thing. Remember, we used to ball up on a block, on a black top with my high tops, with my black socks. Nowadays, the inside on the Xbox. Ain't nothing changed, I'm in the game on them black ops. Yeah, that mean it's Call of Duty. Also, I got my hands in the evidence, do your duty. Please don't shoot me. Give me my rights. Now RIP to Trayvon and RIP Mike. Man, they got me boxed in, ready to rumble. But Martin and Malcolm and died just to see us struggle. All you need is your ring, your index and middle will come. Your pinky and thumb, put them together, freedom will come. Black power.
Change the cages, we finally made it. Born into slavery, we found a way to escape it. Black people coming up, it's time to face it. World full of opportunities, go chase it. No more bad bitches, just black queens. No more niggas, we are all black kings. All black suits at the white affair. We on the brink of greatness, time will tell. Like Rosa Parks, I sat down up in history. Martin had a dream to get rid of all the misery. White faces, we spend it on bad habits. Black mentality, we see it gun, we clap it. My soul sinks in the pen express starts. Maya Angelou, I write poems to explain my life of art. Spark up the white cigars, pop black bottles. Always pray to God, thank him for tomorrow. Smile through adversity, conquer controversy. Get paid like universities, don't commit perjury. Humble yourself in good and bad memories. Forgive and forget all of your enemies. Black people was considered as a piece of shit. Look at us, we young, educated, and deeply rich. Salute to Malcolm. R.I.P. Mike Brown. Your presence on earth will truly be missed.